All right, so I've got a story for you today. It all starts at what's supposed to be this, nice family brunch, but it turns into something else entirely. We're talking about a single moment, a single object that completely flips the script and leads to this wild story about judgment, power, and ultimately freedom.
And boom, there it is, the line that sets it all off. And it's from her own father. He says it just loud enough for the whole table to hear. And then, of course, comes the laughter. The smirks just spread around the table. This isn't just a mean comment, It's like a public sentence. This is how they all see her.
So this fork, this becomes the symbol of the whole thing. Everybody else has these nice, heavy metal utensils, right? But she gets a flimsy, cheap plastic fork to cut a steak. She talks about how the tines just bend and buckle under the pressure. It's this physical thing that shows her exactly where she stands. Disposable, not worth the real deal.
And it wasn't just her dad, not by a long shot. The insults were coming from all directions, like a total pile-on. Her cousin Maddie questions if her husband even exists. Her own sister, Rachel, is like, why is she even here? And her uncle just has to get a jab in about her apartment. It was the whole family, just laying into her.
But then, something changes. A sound starts. It's low at first, kind of deep, but it just keeps getting louder and louder. And right here, this is the moment the whole story pivots. We're going from humiliation to, suspense. Something big is about to happen.
Now this sound becomes a feeling. The glasses on the table actually start to rattle. The dishes are vibrating. Everybody stops talking, they stop eating, they're all looking around, totally confused. Yeah, brunch is officially over.
And there it is, the source of the noise. A massive black helicopter comes down out of the sky, hovering just a few feet over their perfectly manicured lawn. The wind from the blades is just blasting through the open doors. The whole party just freezes, completely stunned. Just stare.
The helicopter door slides open, and a man in a sharp black suit gets out. It's her husband, Drew. He walks right over to her, kisses her on the forehead, and asks the most perfect question. You ready to leave the circus? It's not an attack, it's not aggressive, it's just validation. He sees the whole thing for exactly what it is.
And right then, you can just feel the power shift. Her dad kind of sputters, "You married him?" And Drew, totally calm, just reminds her father about a little incident where the family trespassed on one of his properties. And let me tell you, the color just drains from her dad's face. The tables have officially turned.
And this is her mic drop moment. Before she leaves, she walks back to the table and she just gently places that bent plastic fork right in the middle of the table. It's this beautiful, quiet, final act. She's leaving the symbol of her humiliation right there with them. And she just walks out.
So, minutes later, the chopper lands them at a luxury penthouse. Turns out, this is her new home, and the contrast is just staggering. The tiny apartment they made fun of? It's a penthouse. The constant mockery? Replaced by this quiet, powerful respect from her husband. And that plastic fork? Well, that's been replaced by what he calls her Freedom Day. And get this, inside the penthouse, there's a cake waiting for her. Her husband knew this was coming. He knew she never wanted to rub anything in their faces. She just wanted to be treated like a human being. So the cake isn't about beating them. It's about her finally being free from needing them to approve of her.
Oh, and you know what happens next, right? Back at the brunch, the phones start going crazy. The family group text just explodes as they all try to figure out what in the world just happened. The shockwaves are officially hitting their phones.
And the reactions are just so predictable. First, it's her cousin Maddie, just pure shock. Then, her uncle finally puts two and two together and realizes Drew is this huge real estate tycoon. And then, the cherry on top. Her dad, the same guy who humiliated her maybe an hour ago, suddenly wants to talk. Funny how that works, huh?
So what does she do? She types one single sentence back to all of them. And it just cuts through all their drama about money and status and hits them right in the heart with the truth. And that's it. It completely shuts down the conversation. Crickets.
So that talk he wanted, it happens in person. The very next morning, he shows up at her new penthouse, alone. And she says he just looked smaller. Like all that intimidating pride he usually carried around was just gone. He's on her turf now.
And she does not make it easy for him. He starts off with, "I didn't know he was that man."
And she just cuts right to the chase with this question. She makes him face it. His respect is completely conditional. It's all about status. And you know what? He has no answer. Just silence.
But later on, he finally confesses something. And it's actually kind of a shock. He admits it wasn't the helicopter or the money that really got to him. It was seeing the way her husband looked at her with so much respect, like she was the most important thing in the world. That's when he realized he wasn't the big shot in the room anymore.
So even after that confession, these half-hearted apology texts from the rest of the family keep trickling in. But she has this huge realization. They're not sorry because they understand her pain. No, they're sorry because they're embarrassed. And she decides, you know what? I don't owe them anything. My peace is way more important.
A formal invitation shows up for another one of those reconciliation dinners. And in one last perfect symbolic move, she just looks at it and drops it straight into the trash. That right there is her closure. It's not about getting the perfect apology. It's about knowing she has the power to just step out of their toxic cycle all on her own.
And this whole crazy story really boils down to this one piece of wisdom she got from her grandmother. Think about it. Through this whole thing, she never screamed, she never caused a scene. Her strength was in her quiet endurance, and then in her choice to just stand up and walk away. It's such a powerful reminder that sometimes the strongest thing you can do doesn't make any noise at all.